Hello, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary, and welcome to From the Heart.
Orlando is widely known for its tourist spots and attractions, but many people don't know about its thriving arts community.
We are excited to introduce to you talented and passionate artists who shape our arts community. How do they create and why? And how can Orlando benefit from an even greater arts presence?
On each episode, we'll meet guests who are influential leaders and artists who are truly making a difference.
From the Heart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Heart. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary.
We're excited to bring to you all that's new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today, we're talking with Flora Maria Garcia, President and CEO of United Arts of Central Florida. She's telling us all about her role and her work with United Arts. Welcome, Flora Maria.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Flora Maria, let's begin with, what is the United Arts of Central Florida and how did it begin?
The United Arts of Central Florida is what I consider a one-stop shop for arts funding and all things arts and culture in Central Florida. We service 4 counties, Seminole, Orange, Lake, and Osceola, and the city of Orlando. And we have partnerships with multiple governments, businesses, corporations, and lots of individuals who love the arts and support the arts by giving money to United Arts, which we then grant away to between 40 and 50 organizations on an annual basis. So United Arts has been around for 25 years. It was founded by Mayor Fredericks, who felt that there needed to be one consolidated effort to raise money and give money away to arts and culture. And he gathered a group of business leaders in a room and said, you are not walking out of this room until each of you contributes $100,000 a piece to support the arts in Central Florida, because I think it's a very important thing. So that is how we came to be 25 years ago, and since then, United Arts has given away more than $129 million to cultural organizations and individual artists in Central Florida.
So I know that United Arts does more than just fundraise. I mean, fundraising is your absolute priority, but there are other things that you do to promote the arts here in Central Florida. I'm a recipient of the Power to Give project, which is it's a fundraising, but a really great awareness to specific needs. So what are some of the specific things that United Arts does to bring awareness to the fundraising aspect?
Well, the fundraising aspect, last year we created a new web-based giving program, which you've been very successful on, called Power to Give. And it is a site where arts organizations can post projects of up to $10,000, and then they promote those projects through social media to get people to give. And they have 90 days to get those projects funded. Our job is to bring corporate donors to the table to match the dollars being given by individuals. And so it's kind of a fun thing. The organizations will post projects that are near and dear to their hearts, usually very specific things that tug at the heartstrings, like the ballet, getting toe shoes for underprivileged kids to take dance lessons, or Creole Day School of the Arts just paved their parking lot with Power to Give dollars. So, you know, they can be capital or they can be whatever projects the groups come up with, and it's a quick way to raise money, and anybody can give from $1 to $500. The sky's the limit. We just partnered with Heart of Florida United Way to include social service groups collaborating with arts organizations to do cultural projects. So we want to grow the site and bring as many folks to that site as possible. So that's one way that we help groups help themselves to raise money, but we also provide technical assistance to organizations. We provide resource information to groups about what's available to them. We work with individual artists as well to help those artists be successful. And we also are advocates for the arts. We just founded a 60-member advocacy task force that's going to help advocate for state arts council funding, local funding, whenever the arts have an issue we'll pull this task force together and have them be strong advocates for the arts.
Well, besides Power to Give, what are some ways that an arts organization can be funded? I know that you have a grant program, but that's for organizations and artists, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
There's about 8 different ways that we give money away to cultural organizations. Operating support is the biggest, most competitive, and that is peer review, where we have citizens from the community who may be experts in a specific discipline or may be just great audience members. They love the arts, they go to a lot of things, they know quality when they see it. Arts organizations submit applications to us, and those peer panels review them based on artistic quality, management ability, and outreach and education, and they score them, and the grants are competitive, and we give the money away on an annual basis. But we also have a contract with the Orange County Public School System to get the arts into the schools, and through that funding and the funding of a number of other school districts, every year we make 700,000 cultural experiences available to children.
Wow.
That's one of the things I love so much, is that so many kids that would never get to see a live performance get to benefit from that funding. So the school district, Orange County is the largest funder, State of Florida, Arts Council, another major funder, but making arts education accessible to underserved kids is terrific.
Why is that important?
It's important because kids, and I think people in general, most of them don't have the level of access that more wealthy people have. And so to make the opportunity for a kid to go see the Philharmonic or the ballet in a live performance is really life-changing. It's how I was affected by the arts. When I was in 3rd grade, my parents were not arts-oriented. My father was an accountant, my mom was a housemaker. I never was exposed to the arts, but I was an artist at heart. I started out loving drawing and being a visual artist, but my parents didn't have that background, and when I was in 3rd grade, my 3rd grade teacher took the class to a symphony concert. Her father was the conductor of the Richmond Symphony Orchestra, and we took a field trip. And I remember how inspired and awed I was being in a great hall, listening to amazing music. It touched me forever and truly changed my life. So if I had that experience, I want to be able to share that kind of experience with lots and lots of kids who would never get an opportunity to go see a live performance. So that's why the kind of funding that we do is really important.
I love that answer because it was so personal,
It's
and
very
you just light up
personal.
when you talk about it. But it's so true. It changes
I still remember.
lives.
Yeah.
I remember, and when I went recently to a young people's concert in Osceola, for the first time, Osceola was able to support a young people's concert. I sat in the back, and when they were playing the William Tell Overture at the very end, I could see the kids bouncing in their seats because they've heard the music, they've heard it in cartoons, but to really experience
awesome.
a symphonic orchestra playing this, you could see the connection that they had to live music, and it was really, really heartwarming and spectacular.
That's beautiful.
And now in your role as president and CEO of United Arts, you're able to have this great influence and impact change here in the community. I know your handprint is all over our community. What is specifically, though, your role? And when you say CEO and president, what does that mean?
I run the joint. with my board of directors, I have a stellar board of 45 leaders in all kinds of sectors in Central Florida. I have a terrific staff, but pretty much my job is to make sure we have the money in hand, continue to grow the funds that we generate to cultural organizations and artists, but also guide the way, the vision for the future, what kinds of areas are we going to grow into and expand into, and see, you know, what it is, where we head towards the future. So I've been around a long time. I've done this kind of work for 30 years. I've lived in a lot of other communities doing this kind of work. So I bring experience from other places of things that have worked and been successful, and hopefully we can implement some of those things here.
It's great. And you're doing a great job, Flora Maria.
Thank you.
really have cast a great vision and impacting great change. So thank you for sharing all those things with us today. I wish we could keep going.
Me too. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Well, fortunately, we will have more time later with Flora Maria Garcia when we learn a little bit about her, how she grew up, and what got her interested in the work she does now. Join us again on From the Heart.